happy half birthday, Emma! So my baby girl is 6 months old, and that means we have just begun our journey with solids. And in this video, I'm gonna show you my baby's first reaction to her very first foods. We're doing something called baby-led weaning, which basically means serving your baby table foods rather than spoon feeding them purees. If this is the route that you want to take, then I highly recommend downloading the free app Solid Starts, which shows you how to properly serve table foods to your baby at whatever age and stage they're at. Many people say that baby-led weaning reduces picky eating and helps your baby become a more skillful eater. I did it with my first child, although I made a lot of mistakes that time around, and I know more about it this time around, so I'll be doing it again and doing it more properly this time around. So here's my baby girl eating her very first meal, which was steamed carrots and sweet potatoes cut up using a crinkle cutter to give the food more texture. She took a few bites of the food, but she had a hard time holding onto it and picking it up. Even though I used the crinkle cutter to give it texture, she just kind of smashed it up in her hands and then struggled to pick it back up. I think she did enjoy it though. The second meal was steamed cauliflower, which was not very successful, at least compared to the other meals of the week. I'd say maybe 10% was actually eaten. The steamed cauliflower broke apart very easily when my baby picked it up, and I tried to hand a few pieces back to her. Overall, this meal was more of her just playing with the cauliflower than eating it, and I think that's because it was simply too hard for her to pick up. In between this meal and the next one, my baby girl got a baby cracker, which she truly enjoyed. She actually ate the whole thing. So the thing with these baby crackers is that the minute they come in contact with your saliva, they pretty much dissolve. So although it might look like a choking hazard, it's actually very easy for babies to eat. Once I saw how much my baby loved the crackers, she got a few more over the course of her first week. So all of my baby's actual meals were served in her high chair, which is actually just a cheap IKEA high chair with added accessories. I have another wooden high chair, but my toddler is still using it, so the IKEA one works for us for now. I added this baby footrest, which I got from Amazon, as well as a silicone placemat and a cushion. I'll link to all of these items in my description below in case they interest you. So the next 3 meals were baby pancakes. They're extremely simple to make and easy for babies to eat. For the first pancakes, I steamed broccoli and carrots, then blended them together with an egg and made pancakes out of them on the stove. My baby loved them and had a much easier time eating the pancakes than the other foods. The next meal was banana pancakes, just egg with banana, very simple. And the meal after that was beet pancakes, steamed red beets with egg. All of these pancakes were super successful and they had totally different ingredients. My baby actually ate more than half of what I served her. I was surprised because I know at this age it's more about the experience than about actually consuming a lot, but wow, look at that mess. So just because you're doing baby-led weaning doesn't mean that you can't do purees or mashes. You just want to make sure that you allow your baby to self-feed. So giving your baby a preloaded spoon is still considered baby-led weaning because baby is still feeding herself with that spoon. In between meals or when my toddler was having a snack, I'd sometimes mash up the rest of the meal that my baby didn't finish, or some avocado or some overripe banana, and give my baby preloaded spoons. I highly recommend getting a spoon like this, which I got from Amazon, because food sticks to it and babies can just hold it and suck it off. The next meal was simply just a very ripe banana cut up into finger-sized slices. I thought they'd slip out of her hand really quickly, but I was surprised she actually picked up and held onto them really well. I think in just a few days she got more skilled at holding and eating her food. She got a really huge chunk of banana in her mouth at one point, and I was worried that it was too much and a potential choking hazard, but she dealt with it like a champ. She mushed it up in her mouth and ate the majority of it. After a week of being served solids, our baby has gotten so much better at picking up and holding foods. Although going forward, I think I'll focus on foods that are easier to pick up for the first 2 or 3 weeks anyway, and then slowly start incorporating more slippery foods as she gets better at it. I wanted to make this video because when I started my baby-led weaning journey with my first child, I watched other videos of babies that were just eating so much food right from the start, and it made me anxious and worried that something was wrong because my baby wasn't really consuming much at all. So I thought it would be helpful to show a more realistic first week for those of you who are just getting started. Don't worry if your baby just plays with the food. This is normal in the beginning. I've got another video coming out to show you how my baby has advanced in the past few weeks, and the changes are incredible. So subscribe so you don't miss that upcoming video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.